Hi, this is LTD, and I've got a battle report from Vassal from the recent tournament, the Wave 3-4 tournament. This is a game played a week ago or so now between myself, LTD, and the Cactusman. The Cactusman is playing an ISD demo, 2 Gazantes, a couple of squadrons. He's playing Devastator, is his big draw card. I'm playing a very simple game of 2 MiG-30s, 2 MC-30s, and 2 TRC-90s with Dodonna as the Admiral, 2 basic freighters, and 7 X-Wings. I've got some missions here, and Cactusman chooses the initiative, and he takes contested outpost? Yes, it is contested outpost, that's right. So we place our various obstacles. And Cactusman's putting his obstacles in the corners to give them away. I'm putting mine in the middle to force him to deploy to one side or the other. There goes the station. I've moved the station over to one side. I'm not sure why I did that. I thought having forced him to deploy on that side, I'd now make him really do it. We were deploying the various things. The first of the ships go down. We put out our various freighters and things, and I've skipped all the way to the end of the deployment there. It's interesting that his demolisher was put down before any of my other ships were put down, and as a result I could see where his demolisher was going to go and account for it, move the other way. I've swung most of my forces hard to the left of the screen facing his Devastator, and that's where we're at. So I'll just skip through this pretty quickly. The initial deployment's quite simple. I go forward, he goes forward, squadrons move out. My TRC-90s are running around the side there, trying to get onto Devastator. My plan is to kill the Devastator, maybe the Gazantes, and ignore the Demolisher to the best of my ability. That doesn't always work out. His Devastator is working quite nicely there and comes in quite close. He's an expert maneuvering those ISDs, so he's able to keep his ISD in red range without coming into my black range. And I'm terrified, of course, of the ISD's front. I don't have titles on my frigates, my whatever they're called, my torpedo frigates. A bit of squadron zipping around here. I've got the majority of the squadrons. I've got the command, so I end up winning that fight. Here comes Dodonna around the side. This is a mistake early on. My second turbo Corvette moved far too far to the right, but yes, anyway. You can see here that his my torpedo frigate's in red range, and probably won't end up in black range after he moves, so I carefully move up. I should have done that a little bit differently, but I'm still working out how to fight against Devastator and still how to fly these torpedo frigates. So the various squadron battles, we place some new orders and off we go for the next turn. He's run into some rocks. I've got Dodonna, which helps choose the crits. Squadron fight continues. My freighters end up running into the back of my own ships a little bit. I figure what's 1 point hull here or there when the things are going to die if they can't scatter anyway. I've controlled the outpost for 2 turns. Here's the first of my shots from my corvettes onto the Devastator, and Cactusman immediately starts burning defense tokens like you wouldn't believe. He's down, after that first couple of bits of shooting, he's down to 1 redirect, which makes Devastator just, well, devastating. A few incidental shots on Dodonna, and here he comes to shoot at this ship. This is a remarkable outcome because it's long range, but he gets 3 blue, but hardly any damage, 3 accuracies, 2 hits. He has no upgrades on that ship. Shots? Oh no, I'm mistaken. He has leading shots and quite a few others, XI7s and various things. I'm thinking of a different game. But still, not great dice rolling. I can evade and do that sort of thing and survive that quite happily. And he moves. And he moves in such a way that he will not be in black range. So have a look at that, ladies and gentlemen. We might need to zoom in. We probably should zoom in anyway. All the action's happening on this side of the field. He is very cleverly manoeuvred in such a way that he isn't in my black range, which makes it tricky for my torpedo frigates because I love doing the whole you're in black range, blast, run for the hills. But he has chosen not to do that, and I'm going to end up drifting into his black range, which means I'm going to be in big trouble in a moment until I get my little light bulb, which we'll talk about when the light bulb happens. Let's carry on moving along. At this point we had, yes, some various things come up. Here's some more TRC shooting. Here comes the Corvette onto his flank. Here comes the Demolisher. The Demolisher stays out of the action for most of it, which I was quite happy with, mostly due to deployment, various things like that. Engine tapes. I do get yes, I do have black range from my front onto him, so I only get the 2 shots. The ordnance experts, various things, but Devastator has lost his defense token, so he gets chewed to bits. This is my little light bulb moment. I figure if I can move my torpedo frigates in such a way that I've got 2 of them in his side arc, I'm not really going to be blown to bits by his Devastator. Here comes the other thing, torpedo frigate. It's going to speed up to 4 and end up in much the same position on that other side, and that's just beautiful. He's only travelling speed 1. He's got a token. If he's got to navigate, he can speed up to 2. I'm still going to be in black range from hopefully my sides and mostly my rears, so I'm quite impressed with that. What I do wrong is when it comes to activations in a moment, I don't rescue my freighters, my transports. They get chopped to bits. I think we decided that neither of us controlled the thing there. Here's the next turn. Activates his transport first, which I was surprised at the time, I must admit. I thought he would fire his Devastator and run for the hills. Here I get a double shot black range from my torpedo frigate. Yes, ouch. So there's no brace left. That's 6 damage right there with some crits, which is nice. 7 because of the ordnance experts. And yes, APTs makes it 8, and he's in all sorts of trouble there. Rear guns let me down. 3 damage would have been enough to finish him off. Yes, 3 damage would have been enough to finish him off. And my ordnance experts let me down. 1 crit, an APT would have been lovely. But anyway, such is the nature of the thing. My torpedo frigate runs for the hills. He fires his Devastator, destroying, yes, one of those Gazantes. The second shot, actually, he didn't manage to roll any accuracies. He entailed the scatter on my transport, and as you can see there, he's moved into my black rear of that ship, but not. He's out of my side arc. But had he activated first, I suspect he would have been in the side arc of the other one anyway. I decided to finish him off with the TRCs, which we do. A bit of blasting there, kaboom, kaboom, kaboom. And he's gone. Goodbye, Devastator. Demolisher then finishes off the other transport, because he'd intel the scatter earlier. I should have activated that transport and saved him before I fired the TRCs. But this game was played fairly late at night for me, incredibly late at night for Cactus Man. He was playing after his night shift, and it was very early hours of the morning for him. And by the end of it, I think we were both sick of it. But yes, it started to show. I started to make errors. Also, I was holding a screaming baby at some point during much of this, which is hard to do, which makes it easier to do on Vassal than in real life, I suppose. And here we are at the next turn. Getting close to the next turn anyway. And yes, he gets a token for the station. I'm expecting the Demolisher to go first and come roaring down here and destroy this Corvette. So I move some I moved some fighters in the way to help, maybe do some damage, but he didn't. He activated the Gazanti first, which I still don't understand. But anyway, I activated him and flew up. I thought I'm probably dead here from his side arc. He rolled quite poorly, very, very poorly on his reroll. And so my Corvette survived. Damage controls. His Demolisher comes roaring down here. I think, here's my chance. Now Dodonna can finish him off. Demolisher does a bit of damage. Crew panic. I thought that was a different outcome. Yeah, I often choose those cards in a hurry and do it poorly. And that movement there was just dumb. I moved him way too close. I left him in black range of the Demolisher. He's got no shields and no redirect from earlier damage. That was just dumb. That was just late night silliness. The squads have a go at the Demolisher. Do a little bit more damage. He's got 2 hull left, but it's not going to be enough. New turn. Demolisher goes first, and he goes. Yeah, I'm in black range of his demo, and that's all it takes. Kaboom! It was perfect. It was all he needed, and he just flies away. We should zoom out again to show us that we're at the end of the map. My Corvette going first rolled an accuracy and 3 hits, perfect to kill a Gazanti, and especially since Motti is dead. Admiral Motti, I'm pretty sure it was Admiral Motti, yes. But I moved too far away from the station to control it for the end of the game. My torpedo frigate in the bottom left hand corner has perfect movement not to run off the board. And that's basically all that she wrote. That's the end of the game. I've got 3 contested outpost objectives. He's got 1. At the end of the game, it's a win. It turned out to be an 8-2. Difference of 196 between us. If I'd managed to keep my brain going and not lost to Donna, it would have been a slightly different outcome. It would have been a 9-1. But as it was a good game. I enjoyed it. Thanks to the Cactus Man for a good game. I'm quite happy that my torpedo frigates were able to do that tricky move to either side of Devastator, forcing him to, getting out of that front arc. A couple of little mistakes here and there. Thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. Goodbye.